It'll be just an appearance for Mr. Quick, because nothing can happen in this court when you're charged with first-degree murder. The jurisdiction even for bail is in the Superior Court, and the onus is upon him, so it reverses the onus to the accused. So it's our obligation to convince a Superior Court judge that he is suitable for release. We bring an application. The application is filed with the Crown. Usually we file affidavits in support, and the evidence will be in that building, not this building.
So he will be filing for bail?
Of course, we will make an application for bail. I always bring that application. It's worthy of a try. Section 11E of the Charter says you're not supposed to be denied bail without just cause. But there is a section of the Code, 522, that reverses the onus to him. So the onus is on him to establish that he's a suitable candidate for release.
Even though he's charged with first-degree murder?
Exactly. Well, because he's charged with first degree. Normally the onus is on the prosecution in most normal circumstances. Here it's on him to establish that he's appropriate for release.
When were you retained by Mr. Quick?
This morning.
This morning?
Yes.
Okay. So you've met with him?
I haven't met with him. I spoke to him on the phone, but a long time ago, many years ago, I think about 8 or 9 years ago, there was an application in relation to the same case. I was his lawyer then, so it's not the first time I've spoken to Mr. Quick, and it's not the first time I've dealt with at least the basis of this allegation.
What can you tell me about his state of mind?
I can't tell you anything about his state of mind. I spoke to him. It's hard to tell anything by a telephone conversation. He sounded to me like he was a little tired, but if he was arrested yesterday sometime, it's probably a nerve-wracking thing for him, and he probably didn't get much sleep last night.
What can you tell us about how evidence will be presented this time? I mean, obviously it's been 9 years. You can't tell us the evidence, but everyone wants to know why this is back on the table now, since he's been a person of interest for 9 years.
I'm just like everyone else. I want to know, and I understand from the prosecutor that I will be receiving disclosure by way of a hard drive, which usually suggests to me that there is a certain volume of paperwork in relation to it. It's going to take me some time to get through that to ever be able to make a comment on the type of evidence or how it might be met in a court of law. We just naturally enter a plea of not guilty early on, because that allows the process to remain alive and give us an opportunity to examine the disclosure, and we would never make any serious decision until we've read every bit of disclosure that the Crown has before we make any real decisions in the case.
Can you comment a little bit about the emotional impact of this case? We have a man who was accused in the murder of his wife, and the two of them have 2 children. Can you comment a little bit about the emotional impact that the public will hear when they hear something like this?
Well, there's no question there will be an emotional impact by everyone. I'm sure by the family of the deceased, and by the family of the accused and the accused himself. I know that the last time we were in court together, myself and Mr. Quick, his children were just young. Now I understand they're 17 and 21. They're, nearing the age at least where they'd be university age children, and I'm sure they've matured a great deal. I'm sure things have changed, but my understanding is he has had care of his children through those many years leading up to now. I'm sure it'll be very emotional for them and for all the family members.